And people start to understand that. So I'll go back to what we were talking about, our results and our master results certification trainings that we've been teaching for years. When people go through those 10 days of trainings with us at Christopher Howard Training, the biggest question you have at that end of that master training is not, what do I want to create or how do I do this? It's who do I want to be? Because what we realize is that who you're being, your beingness, is like that large language model that's been pre-trained. It's where everything is being generated out of. So you may have heard before that who we're being determines the actions that we take, and the actions that we take determine the result. Who are we being, right? Who are we being? That's the most, and it's our beingness and who we are that is so critical in terms of what we create. I tell business leaders, because I work with a lot of people building their businesses and building their startups and stuff. I tell a lot of business owners that your business is a reflection of your consciousness, like everything else, right? So you could have the best business strategies in the world, you could have the best methodologies in the world, but if your head's not in the game, it's a problem. I know that. I built a company and we did $100 million in sales of our seminars around the planet. And then I lost the company, experienced some big trauma. And my head was not in the game. It didn't matter what strategies I had. It didn't matter, how I knew how to build a business. It did not matter how I had done before. My head was not in the game, and I couldn't implement those strategies. I couldn't consistently produce. And if you can't show up, then there's a problem. And so on many levels, and that's not just from a traumatic perspective, it's also from the perspective of what are your values, what are your beliefs, what have you been programmed and conditioned with. So he said trauma can throw a wrench in the works and screw everything up, just like something unexpected screws things up and you can't get back on track, right? So maybe there was a purpose for what just happened, for us to understand that things, as we're going through our lives, no matter what's happening, the other thing that can affect our programming and conditioning and the output that we put out will be those unexpected things that throw a wrench in the works, that the marriage that doesn't work, or the business partnership that falls apart, or the family issues, or whatever it is, can cause impacts that cause it to be impossible to function in the same way again. Right? It's like a calculator that's been broken, and you try to do basic addition, and you just can't process the same way because it's been damaged in some way.